I just got done racing last weekend at Barber with WERA, and I thought I'd just put a little different video together about how things went, a little bit of commentary through the race. Somehow, some way, I got promoted to race in the expert group this last year. So this was actually my first race as a quote expert. Personally, you know, I tell anyone I'm not the fastest person. So I'm going to add some commentary to the race just to fill it in as opposed to just dumping a video out of just the camera view. So let's take a look at what we have. So here we are to start, waiting to pit out for the warm-up lap. That's Josh in front of me. He's in my group, or in my class. Oh. One thing I want to note about this, at least the warm-up lap, is it had rained hard the night before. Now the entire day was warm, and this race, the senior race, it was at the end of the day, and what happens is there's water, that weeps up through the track. You can see some right here along these seams. So it had not rained that entire day, but the water from the night before was weeping up through the seams, and it was at some different places in the track, and there's actually a point in the race where I actually did hit one of the weepers. That was a little exciting. See here, there's some right going into turn 5. This one here coming out of 5 into 6. Yeah, I certainly hit that one a little later on. That was exciting. Now, I think the race before, there actually was a weeper in this area. I'm not sure if that is it, right now or not, but I didn't see it during this race. So the other thing I want to explain about this race in particular, this is the senior race. So there's actually 4 races within one race. There's the expert heavyweights, the expert middleweight, which is the class I am in. There's the novice heavyweights, and then the novice middleweights. So there's really 4 races in one race: experts and novices, 1000cc bikes and 600cc bikes. But all I care about are the people kind of within my race. However, there certainly are other people on the track that you have to be worried about. So here we are coming to grid up, and see there's a nice weeper right there. We certainly don't want to touch that on the start. So this is Josh. He's in my class. This guy over here, he's out of position. He's got a yellow plate, so he's actually he should be back a row or so. I think he does move back. So and Jeremy's going to be right here. So he's in my class also. We were all kind of hoping we'd finish 1, 2, 3. That didn't work out that way. So it's Jeremy, Josh. There's actually another rider. Yellow bike all the way against the wall. There's myself, and then there's someone else against the wall. I can't even remember what color bike he had. So, yeah, one thing about the start is like I don't know what I was doing. I really was maybe not focusing or whatnot, but I was really not giving it as much gas as I should have, and the bike certainly bogged down on the start. So I mean, overall it wasn't terrible, but look at these guys behind me. They're just swooping right around. I take a good look at Jeremy because that's probably the last time we'll see him, but I do know Josh is in my group. And the other thing, with all these bikes kind of passing each other in all these different groups, I knew two of the other riders in my group. I didn't know. So of all these bikes I'm either passing or passing me, I had no idea who was in what group. The important thing, I guess, everyone got through turn 1 and is getting around the lap without incidents. This wasn't the most populated race, but there's certainly a healthy amount of people in here. So this is kind of interesting, that point, the guy who just passed me on the blue bike. The other thing, that this is my first race in over a year. I was definitely out of practice in terms of just that whole race mentality. I mean, I was almost treating it like a track day where I was giving people more room than I probably really should have. And as a result of that, there were certainly some people who took advantage of the situation. But outside of the weepers, I mean, it was a dry day all day. It was hot, but it wasn't, even though it was overcast, which was, I think everyone was grateful for that. It was probably in the low 90s. So I mean, the weather was actually decent. Again, short of the water coming up through the track. I know for the first couple laps I was keeping track of that one weeper coming out of that previous turn, because I know that's dangerous. So this turn is actually really interesting, I find, because you can make up a lot of time on this turn, but you sort of have to commit to either go on the inside or the outside around this turn. Now this guy, I think wasn't quite sure, which way he was going to go. I think I was looking up on the inside, but then he sort of closed the door. And I was thinking of sneaking up here, but I really just didn't quite have enough to get past him there, because he is on, that's a white plate, so he is in the expert class, but I'm almost positive he's on either 750 or 1000, because he was not one of the bikes that was lined up with us in our group. And some of the issues is, certainly when you get stuck in traffic, there's some places you can pass, some places you cannot. But this is certainly an area where I do like to pass, and I just hold the gas longer, get on the brakes a little harder. Now you're not on the optimum line. And I think, going in here, I was up a gear. I was like in third, I should have been in second. I was really surprised he didn't get past me, because if he was on a 750 or 1000, he should have more motor than me. But regardless, after being behind him for a couple turns, then that kind of opened up the gap to the guys I was kind of chasing after. I know Josh is up there somewhere, so I'm trying to find him, or try to at least catch up with him. I don't know if you noticed that corner worker in turn 12, they actually had the debrief flag out. I'm assuming that was for the weepers, but you know, that whole section from that station all the way through here, there wasn't any water on the track, so I'm not sure what that was for. So about the other thing I wanted to mention is like I just lap times just weren't there this weekend. The previous weekend there actually was a track day at Barber, and I was literally doing 2 seconds a lap faster than my best lap in this race. I don't get it. So, but it is what it is. It was an interesting race. So I think that's Josh right in front of me, and watch for this weeper right here. So when that happened, the rear definitely spun, and thankfully the bike didn't slide, but I did get actually bucked out of the seat a little bit. I did hit the camera, I remember that, and I was thinking that it'd be pointing straight down. But regardless, that's just a little bit more time that Josh gained ahead of me. Alright, so now we have a race, because I know for a fact he's in my class. Jeremy's probably crossing start-finish around this time, and I have no idea where the other 2 guys are in the race, but I know at least Josh and I are in the same group, so at least I have someone to race with. So I actually had to shut off the gas there a little bit. I mean, Josh is a great rider. I just think in turn 2 I go through there a little bit better than he does, and so that sort of compromised some speed here, and I couldn't quite get up next to him on this turn. And going through here, I'm going to keep track of that puddle. I think I went out on the outside this time. I mean, this is another good passing opportunity, but you really have to carry more speed coming out of the chicane to, in my opinion, to make a reasonable pass, a safe pass. I flirted with maybe going up the inside there. And that's the other thing with, let's see what happens here. I think I carried enough speed. I did kind of block him, but if you look at the rear camera, see, he's going to cut it on the inside, and we're going to have a drag race here. And that was actually the white flag. I did not even see the white flag on this because I was just so focused on getting by him. And I think at this point in the race, I really kind of started getting into a groove. I mean, I was still slower than the previous weekend, but I kind of warmed up, and I was feeling a little bit better about my riding. So again, the 3 bikes in front of me. I'm not sure who's in my class and who's not, but obviously I'm going to try my best to catch up with one of them or any of them. I'm catching them, but I'm running out of laps. I'm running out of time. This is actually the last turn. The checker flag is actually out, which kind of surprised me. And watch this guy right here. I mean, he chopped the throttle before start finish. I couldn't believe how fast I was, going by him. It is what it is. I mean, there wasn't any incident or anything, but that's, hold the gas till start finish. So for anyone out there. Actually, they say, a lot of people say hold the gas through turn 1. So I wasn't really waiting for him. That guy who on the blue bike, I was really waiting for Josh right here to say, hey, good race. It was fun riding. Unfortunately, Josh had a race right after this one, so we didn't get the chit chat on pit in because he actually had to go out for a race right after this one. And of course, Jeremy, he's probably already put his bike up on the stand. He was at, but he actually finished second, and somehow, some way, I actually finished third in this race. And lastly, the one thing that was really interesting with this race is that it'd been threatening to rain all day. There was maybe a couple sprinkles during this race that wasn't even worth pointing out. Literally, I was putting the bike on the stand in the paddock, and it started raining. Josh's race actually got canceled and was actually moved to the Sunday race. I'm going to paddock, and he's heading right down hot pit for the next race. So like I said, that was kind of it was a fun race. It was a little crazy. I was out of practice, but regardless, I did get a third place in my first expert race, so I'm happy about that. I'll just keep working at it. So hopefully everyone enjoyed that, and congratulations to everyone who was safe that race, and hopefully everyone had fun. Great job, Jeremy. Good racing with you, Josh.